Hi, this is Sourav in the studio and you are watching Rundown only on Prag Digital. Let's have a look at today's top stories. ASHA workers in Assam say no to COVID vaccine shot unless salary is hiked. The first phase of COVID-19 vaccination drive, which saw hundreds of health workers getting the jab, has been boycotted by a large section of ASHA workers in the state today. Their grouse is poor remuneration for the risk they have been taking since the peak of the pandemic last year. Poisoned cattle carcass, 23 endangered vultures in Assam. At least 23 vultures belonging to critically endangered species died in eastern Assam's Tinsukia. The incident was reported at Dhola in Assam's Tinsukia district when the critically endangered vultures died from poisoning after consuming the carcasses of 2 cattle. Meanwhile, forest officials have rescued 12 vultures in a critical condition and currently under treatment. The dead vultures were sent for post-mortem later. Boost border development to stop migration, says Chauna Main. Arunachal Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Chauna Main on Monday requested the centre to help the state in developing the border areas to stop migration of people due to lack of connectivity and other basic facilities, stating that Arunachal Pradesh is perhaps the only state which has been deprived of externally aided projects from organizations like World Bank, ADB, JICA. He requested the ministry for suitable alternative arrangements. The Deputy Chief Minister added that the state, known for its extreme remoteness and backwardness, has witnessed an unprecedented development in the last few years, which needed to be continued to bridge the developmental gaps which remained unattended for decades after the independence. All Assam Students' Union calls for protest during Prime Minister Modi Amit Shah visit to burn copies of CAA. The All Assam Student Union on January 18 said that the students' wing will carry out series of protest programs, including burning of copies of the CAA during the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah on January 23rd and 24th in Assam. Notably, ahead of the assembly election, which is due in March and April this year, the national leaders are gearing up to campaign in the state. On the other hand, the ASU General Secretary Shankar Jyoti Borua said that on January 23rd, that is Prime Minister Modi's visit, the members of the student body have planned to protest in every district, trying a black cloth around their mouth, while on January 24th, that is Amit Shah's visit, the students' wing will observe it as a black day and will fly black flags across Assam and burn copies of the CAA. Now let's have a look at today's national news headlines. Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terror operatives nabbed. The Jammu and Kashmir police busted a terror module on Monday in Jammu's Ramban district by arresting 2 terror operatives and recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition from their possession, officials said. Police said initial investigation reveals that 2 terror operatives, Umar Ahmed Malik and Suhail Ahmed Malik, both residents of Semthan, Pich-Behra in South Kashmir's Anantnag district, working under a plot hatched by Kashmir's based terrorists under their Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed handler Aqib alias Alpha from Budgam, traveled from Kashmir to the international border at Vijaypur Samba and received arms and ammunition dropped with the help of drones. Police said a large quantity of arms and ammunition has been recovered, including 2 AK rifles, 1 pistol, 16 grenades, 9 AK magazines, 269 live bullets and 2 magazines. Police said that further investigation is on. Withdraw discriminatory policy for Indian users, government to WhatsApp. The government has asked the WhatsApp to withdraw any change in the messaging app's privacy policy for users in India. People with direct knowledge of the matter have said. The centre has written to the Facebook-owned app's global CEO, Will Cathcart, detailing concerns over information security of users. They said India is WhatsApp's biggest market. The new policy of WhatsApp proposes to share the metadata of users' chat with business accounts with other Facebook companies. It would create a honeypot of information about users with Facebook group, which can create security risk and vulnerabilities for users. People familiar with the matter said, referring to what the Electronics and Information Technology Ministry communicated to WhatsApp. Ministry had further asked WhatsApp as to why they had to brought about such significant changes when the Parliament of India is already considering the Personal Data Protection Bill. This bill, which is at advanced stage of consideration by the Joint Select Committee of both houses of the Parliament, strongly follows the principle of purpose limitation with regard to data processing, they said. JEE Main 2021 Education Minister removed 75% eligibility criteria. The admission criteria for NITs, IITs, SPAs and other CFTIs have been relaxed. The Union Education Minister Nishank announced on Twitter that apart from qualifying the Joint Entrance Examination Main or JEE Main, students will no longer need to score a minimum of 75% in their school board exams to be eligible. Earlier, only students who scored a minimum 75% marks in the Class 12 board exams in their qualifying examinations were eligible. However, the reduction of several board exam syllabus, including CBSE board, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, the decision has been taken. Now let's have a look at today's international news headlines. China rescuers drill new holes to reach 12 gold miners trapped for 9 days. Chinese rescuers drilled several fresh holes Tuesday to reach at least 12 gold miners trapped underground for 9 days as dwindling food supplies and rising water threaten their survival. 22 workers have been stuck 540 meters, that is 1,750 feet underground at the Husnan mine near Yantai in East China's Shandong province after an explosion damaged the entrance. After days without any signs of life, some of the trapped miners managed to send up a note attached to a metal wire which rescuers had dropped into the mine on Sunday. Pleading for help, the handwritten message said a dozen of them were alive but surrounded by water and in need of urgent medical supplies. Several of the miners were injured. A 6.8 earthquake strikes San Juan in Argentina. An earthquake of magnitude 6.8 struck San Juan province, Argentina. Late on Monday, the GFZ, German Research Center for Geoscience, said the shallow quake was at depth of 10 kilometers. GFZ said the US tsunami warning system said no tsunami warning has been issued for the earthquake so far. Pakistan approves Chinese Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. The Drug Regulatory Authority of Pakistan on Monday approved Chinese state-owned firm Sinopharm's COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. Both the Oxford and Sinopharm's vaccine are evaluated for their safety and quality so far. Now let's have a look at today's sports news headline. Australia versus India, fourth test, Rishabh Pant heroics help India conquer Fortress Gabba, clinched series 2-1. Rishabh Pant's unbeaten 89, Shubman Gill's 91 and Cheteshwar Pujara's 56 helped India overhaul a 328-run target to win the Brisbane Test and the Border Gavaskar series 2-1. An Indian cricket team settled with broken bones and battered bodies showed a never-seen-before zeal to return to the coveted Border Gavaskar Trophy with a historic 3-wicket win over Australia in the fourth and final test in Brisbane, successfully chasing a 328-run targeted to seal the 4-match series, that is 2-1. A minefield of talent called Rishabh Pant channeled his inner Mad Max to scare the daylights of the Australians with his breathtaking stroke play, ending the home team's 32-year-old unbeaten run at the Fortress Gabba. The result has the potential to end Tim Paine's reign as Australia's captain, having lost back-to-back home series against India. Indian women play 2-2 draw. The Indian women's hockey team returned to international competition after a year with a 2-2 draw against Argentina's junior women's national team, with goals from young striker Sharmila Devi on the 22nd minute and the experienced deep Grace Eka on the 31st minute. India got off the blocks with the intent to attack in the first quarter. The team won 2 back-to-back penalty quarters in the 8 and 9 minutes of the play, but they were well defended by a strong Argentinian defense line. Though Argentina too was awarded a penalty corner. In the 11th minute, an alert Indian team custodian Savita thwarted the attempt. That's all from today's news headlines. Thank you for watching Prag Digital. This is Sourav signing off from the studio.